So you're looking for some Florida-friendly landscaping? Well, you're in the right place because we're going to be taking this garden full of Florida native plants and expanding it by keeping a couple exotics and adding a whole bunch of natives. So if you want to join us on the journey from the beginning, go ahead and click on this card right here. Or otherwise, let's get into our first native vine that we're going to be adding. We're going to be adding Ocean Blue Morning Glory. We need to go and replace that invasive vine that I had that was on our TP trellis, and I needed something beautiful to replace it, right? Because I was very sad. We're taking a pretty plant that smelled good, that was definitely invasive and had to go, and we need to replace it with something that makes me feel better about the fact that I just removed it. So we're gonna be adding something that has blue cascading flowers, and it is just a gorgeous vine. It is one of 25 native types of morning glory. Its scientific name is Ipomoea indica, also known as Ocean Blue Morning Glory or Blue Dawn Morning Glory. It can grow up to 25 feet long. It can be used as a ground cover or be trellised on fences, vines, trellis on vines, what does that mean? Trellised on teepee trellises or arch trellises, or go put it on a flat trellis or whatever you want. It can grow very vigorously. I'm very excited for this because it's got gorgeous blue flowers, and they range from the pale blue to dark blue to blue purple. I think they're just pretty, and they're 6 to 8 centimeters, which is about 2.5 inches. So when you want to talk about a showy Florida native plant, yeah, morning glories can do it, and this one's definitely going to be one of those ones that people can go, whoa, what's that? That looks good. Let's go at it. Now, I hadn't done a ton of research before I bought it. It was kind of an impulse buy. I mean, I was feeling bad about taking out my pretty smelling plant, but I got really excited about this because the person at the store, they were definitely like, this is a great plant. Now, they mentioned it might be a host plant. I did research. I haven't found anything that says that this is an actual host plant, but it is going to be great for pollinators. And when we look at our goals for the area, one, it's gonna be on this teepee trellis, so it's gonna be helping shade the house from that eastern sunlight, which is right in my eyes right now. But it's also gonna be creating the native plant piece. It's also gonna be adding some habitat area for our wildlife. It will also be going and giving a lot of food for our pollinator plants. Will it have any food for us? No. Allegedly, it has some medicinal properties, but generally the whole plant's toxic to us. So I'm cool. Wildlife can have it. We're good with that, right? Right. But it does meet my goal of like, it's got the look, right? Because we talked about our original Florida native plants that we had in the area, like, you know, they've got pretty flowers, but you gotta be close to appreciate them, right? You gotta get to know them to really appreciate them. But this one, you don't even need to know. You're gonna be like, that looks good, I want it. I don't even care that it's native. But that's the thing. It's listed as native by University of Florida, but the United States lists it as invasive? How does that work out? So here's the thing about Ocean Blue Morning Glory. It is so widespread around the world, they really don't know where it came from. So is it native? Is it not native? Right now we think it is. There's continuing to be research, but places like Australia, New Zealand, and other tropical areas are actually listing this guy as invasive because it grows really vigorously. Did I just create a problem? See, I was worried about my invasive plant creating problems for my beauty berries, but I might have just added a problem of my own. It may be a native problem, but it may be still a problem. So one of the things I'm gonna have to do with this aggressive grower, because here's the thing. People often say this, it's cute, I love it. Now that I know, I try not to do it. They say this native plant is invading my yard. Well, see, native plants can't invade your yard. They can be aggressive. And this one may be very aggressive, so we'll add it to the trellis, but I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it and be knocking it back quite a bit throughout the year to make sure that it does not go and take over my beauty berry back there, because we don't want to just crowd out all the plants we added. But I want the showiness, so I'm willing to do the maintenance on it to make it work. This plant likes semi-shade to full sun, which is great because it's gonna get about 4 to 6 hours of full sun, like what's just shining in my eyes right now, in this location. And it'll create some shade throughout the day. So it's gonna be pretty happy. And actually the fact that it's gonna be semi-shade will help slow down its growth rate, which is kind of a good thing since we now know it's pretty aggressive. One of the other things I really liked about this plant when I bought it is it's not just that it's gonna have these gorgeous flowers on it, which I'm excited about, but also the fact that it has these beautiful leaves. It's got these 3-lobed leaves that I think are just really pretty. It's also got that reddish stem again. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's really pretty plant even without the flowers on it. So when we get into times of year where it may be not as prolific with the flowers, you know, it doesn't have flowers everywhere, maybe it only has 1 or 2, this will still be a very attractive plant. So I highly recommend it, but if you're gonna put it in your yard, like I was saying, because it's gonna probably be an aggressive grower, you need to have it in a place that you're not as concerned about taking over another plant, and you're prepared to knock it back and have easy access to knock it back without letting it get out of control. That also means be kind to your neighbors. Don't put it on a fence line so it takes over their plants. So when it comes to planting this in your yard, you may be wondering, is it native to my area? Well, because we don't know where it's native from, it's considered native to the entirety of the state. And that means that everywhere in Florida, you can choose to have this in your yard. Now, if you're in North Florida, you may not have as much trouble controlling it because as it gets colder up there, it will knock it back a little bit, but not a ton, so you still have to stay on top of it. And of course, we're gonna be adding this onto the teepee trellis right over here. But I've gotta go work on that trellis over there because we've got a flat trellis that's falling over with Confederate jasmine on it. And that's what we're gonna cover next. So to make sure you don't miss it, go ahead and like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notification. New videos each week on Friday and sometimes a bonus on Sunday. I'll see you soon. Bye.